Aloha from the north shore of Oahu. We're at beautiful Laniakea Beach and we're going to paddle out and check out the break. When traveling north from the south side of the island, this is the first spot on the road where you can actually see the waves breaking, and there's usually congestion as far as the traffic is concerned. It's about 1,800 feet out to the break. It breaks on a north-northeast swell. Here's Kira doing her beautiful surfing. There's a little 5 and a 10. Notice she does not use a leash. A leash is the tether which came into play about the end of the in the 60s, where you attach it to your ankle and to the end of the board so that when you fall off you don't have to swim for it. And she does not use a leash, which is really great. Actually, it's causes you to be a better surfer. Here she whips her board around, takes a couple of strokes and drops in. Gets a 5 right on the takeoff. Walks her board, another 5, little straddle. That's Kira's mom and Kira's mom on the right. She and her friends came out surfing this afternoon. Great nose ride, nice time on the nose. We're going to head north. This is another view coming in from the south, looking at Laniakea. The point is visible right there, and you'll see the beach as we fly by. We're going on to the next 2 beaches, which is around the corner of the point, and it is Jocko's, which is a left, and then Chun's Reef, which is a right break. As you can see, Laniakea was not breaking on this particular morning. As I mentioned, it takes a north-northeast swell, and when everything else is not breaking, because it's a north-northeast swell, this place is going off. It just fires fantastic. Jocko's is right here, but you can't see any waves because it doesn't break unless the waves are real big. You see the surfers on the left side of the screen. That's Chun's Reef. It's a small day. Waves are a little bit slow, and this is another place where the people come out to teach you to surf because the waves are not that intimidating. Now, I'm taking off from Chun's Reef right out front and flying over there and getting some shots of some of the, we're speeding up the paddle out a little bit. Get a couple of shots so you can see what the waves look like. This place does break good. This was not an epic morning. Much slower wave than at Laniakea or at Haleiwa on this particular day. We're actually heading back south, and that's the point there at Laniakea, and you can see the houses. It's a sort of a better view of the point itself, but I wanted to show you something else as we travel back. You see that single tree in the center of the pasture? It's not quite dead center in the screen. I'm going to give you a shot of that tree from the road. There it is right there. It's so beautiful. It's right on the right-hand side as you're driving north. The horses come and when it's real hot on a hot day, they rest underneath that tree. Very, very nice, very picturesque. Now we're heading back north past Chun's Reef, and we're continue heading toward Waimea Bay. There's a couple more breaks further up the road. I had to move further north, and we're going to fly by a couple of breaks in a second. But there's some beautiful houses in this area, and I just think, of course, everything is so picturesque. You'll notice the amount of beach is, and I'm referring specifically to the sand above the high water mark. It's different amount at different beaches. I'm going to show you some beaches further north of Waimea Bay, where that distance from the vegetation to the water line is at least 200 feet. Huge beach. These are much smaller. If you look in the center of the screen, you see that something way in the distance, that white vertical, whatever it is, that is the bell tower for St. Paul's Catholic Church that overlooks Waimea Bay, and we're heading that direction right now. Take note, higher density housing, the further north you get away from Haleiwa, there's more buildable area between the beach and where the, I'll say the cliff starts. Here we have a couple of beaches, alligators and leftovers, alligators in the foreground. these breaks don't break unless it's a lot bigger. Leftovers gets the waves that are left over from Waimea Bay. There's another little enclave right to the right here where there's some nice houses just before you go around the point to Waimea Bay. There we have beautiful Waimea Bay. We're going to cover this extensively next time because there's so much that's going on here. Now, the rest of the video is surf videos back from Laniakea, and these specific waves for the rest of this video were taken on November 10th, 2017 on Veterans Day. It was a Friday, and this is the first time I ever videoed this location when it was really going off. Fast rides, fast waves. Did you see that? Guy got snuffed. He was in the barrel. When the waves are this good, you can have a couple of hundred people in the water. Notice that a lot of them sit way outside. They're trying to get the wave where it first breaks, but there's people sitting all the way along as the wave, you're riding the wave going in. Notice that there's people sitting all the way along and picking up, like this guy, he just picked up the wave further down the line, and there's people that do that all the way in. Now, technically, etiquette-wise, you're not supposed to take off in front of somebody else if they're already on the wave, and this guy runs that guy right over right there. Got to be careful out there when it's this crowded. This wave is the one that I use on the very first lead-in to each one of my videos. The guy's riding a gun surfboard built for speed, very long and very narrow fastboard. The waves just line up perfectly when it's coming out of the northeast. While watching these videos, you might keep an eye out for the next wave that's coming behind the one I'm videoing, because occasionally you can get two waves on the same screen and both of the rides are really great. This guy, watch this guy, he weaves through the crowd. As I mentioned, there's people all the way along the way. Watch how he maneuvers over and around everybody. Is that cool? Guy looked like he was in the barrel for a second. Very fast waves. Looks like this guy's riding about a 9.6 board. He does really well. Nice cutbacks. Nice kick out at the end. Nice rides. Did you check that out? He's in the barrel there again, and then he gets snuffed. Very gutsy move. Late takeoff. Look at the next wave outside coming in. Just great. Okay, we're paddling in, which is what we normally do when you get done surfing. And just take a look at the beach. You can see how the cars are lined up. One thing I want you to notice, all the telephone wires, they have not put any wiring underground. And that's something that you got to deal with when you're obviously flying. We'll have part 3 out in about a week, approximately. Thanks for watching. We're at the end of the video, which means I am done. So stick a fork in me and I'll catch you on the flipper. 5x5 in the pipe, over and dude out.